Hello, enchanted beings. Surprise. Today, my intention to you is to show up as is. But I want to encourage you to dress up and freak yourself out. So this is my Abner Levine look. I even have these like skateboarder kicks on. And I work with one student, one child. And the reason I'm telling you about this child is I came in like this, and she said to me, "You look like a boy." And I was like, okay. And I didn't make her wrong. And why am I bringing up this information to you? Here's why. So, if you are new to this enchanted circle, or if you just want to hear this amazing way that I work with people, and why I use my vision, the way it comes from me, is I'm trained in behavior, right? So I've mentioned this a bunch of times, but I want to give you specific stories. So right now, they call me when they have a really difficult kid, and it's hard for me to say no, and it mixes up my schedule. So I say yes once in a while. And what I see when I work with these hard to reach children who are 4 years old, 3 years old, is I see how the power, the teacher, can fuck a kid up so that when they're 40 and 30 years old, I can see how the patterns were created at a very young age. Let me give you an example. I have a little boy. He's extremely sensitive and really tuned in. Like he asked me, "Do you live in a castle?" Okay, so that's how tuned in he is. So tell me if this makes sense to you. So the teacher, she's beautiful, blue eyes, dark hair, like she's really striking. Has a very perfectionist way of being. Now, this teacher could be anybody, right? She could be a parent, but for this kid, she's the one in charge. And so when she asks him a question, let's say she'll ask the class, "Tell me a place where water comes from." And he'll raise his hand, which is amazing because he's really rambunctious. And he says, "Oh, the water fountain." Now he's 100% right, but she'll say to him, "Nathaniel, say the whole sentence. The water comes from the water fountain. Can you say that?" The first time I heard her do this, it was so fucking menacing. I was like, oh my God. And you know what he did? He totally fucking shut down, and he looked away and he looked at the floor. And she's like, "Nathaniel, I am talking to you." And I felt like I was punched in the fucking chest. The way she emasculated him in front of the whole class. He's already sitting on a chair. It was one of my first days that I was working with him, so I didn't know. I was like celebrating everything he was doing. And then it got worse. She looked at me and she's like, "That's what I mean. His speech is not correct." That's what I must have looked like. Did every part of my body want to be like, what the fuck? He had the right answer. So I told him, like, oh, that is the right answer. So needless to say, I have seen so many little boys and little girls taught through shame, through guilt, through punishment, and that shit doesn't go away. So when I work with women and I work with men and they tell me stories of how they're operating themselves in their lives, I can be like, "Oh, I understand what might have happened to you as a child. So your blueprint is, I'm not enough. I need to do more, or I'm pissed off and I blame, or I'm going to be really meek and mundane because if I get too big, somebody's going to shut me down." And so I have a million child fucked up stories, but the reason I tell you that one is you are doing the best you can operating yourself by yourself. And I mean, Russell Brand talks about it, Tony Robbins, Abiola Abrams. I mean, all these amazing high-level human beings who are getting shit done, helping people in the world. you are doing the best you can by yourself. And I want to encourage you all to do something. And it could be a workshop, a mentorship, a coaching program, a group program, but don't go at your life alone. There's no fucking rewards for doing it all by yourself. Even if you don't want to invest any money, there's a way to ask your friends for accountability, to have check-in calls, to learn how to share your emotions. It's crucial. We live in crazy times. And it's really important to know that there's different avenues of how to live in crazy times. So I share this with you. I hope you got something great from it. If you did, I'd love to know what it is. Please share back with me. You know, I'm all over the internet. You can find me everywhere. But I actually want to get to know people who want to be known. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you're getting from this. Let me know what you want more of. And I'll make videos. All right, everybody. All my enchanted women and enchanted men, you know how to reach me if you want to work with me. The next Fuck Your Fears course for women is happening in June, and I am taking applications for the Enchanted Man program. It's fucking awesome. All right, everybody. Have a great night.